So we are from Ukraine, and when the war started, for 2 months we thought that we hoped that it will not last long.
Irina started to pick up Kira to go to school, and I said them that there is no school today, and I grab her and we go to buy some food and a gas, because it was like a chaos on the streets. And I remember that Irina was so scary. Like a lot of missiles come on a lot of cities, and some of my friends, they start disappearing. And so after that we realized that we want like a better future for our kids.
And we chose Canada from all countries in the world because it's very open to immigrants, and English is spoken here, and there are so nice and polite people and friendly people live here.
But when we moved in, we started having financial difficulties. The point is that before the war we had invested all our savings in repairing our apartment. We painted all the walls, replaced the floor, bought new furniture, changed the heater. I remember how our daughters had fun when we assembled the last bed. They jumped on it. It was the last carefree evening. 5 hours after this video, war started, and we left our apartment. We didn't even have time to live in it. We went to my parents' house, away from oil refinery in our town, which eventually became a target for Russian missiles. After 2 months of hoping that the war would end, we left Ukraine and came here. We didn't have money to buy a car, so we walked for 9 months. From our street there was a bus once an hour. Often there was no bus at all, or they didn't travel at all because of the strike. So we had to walk for 50 minutes to English classes. I remember how hard it was for the children to walk under the sun when it was very hot in summer and there was no shade on the road. It was also very difficult to walk in the rain, but when it snowed, it became even more difficult.
One day I needed to go to the doctor after school. My dad picked me up from school and we walked to the doctor and back home. Then we walked for 3 hours in the snow. That day our new friends Carmen and Rebecca brought us their car to borrow. I was crying from exhausting and falling in the snow outside the house, unable to reach the door. My mom picked me up and said, "Look, Carmen and Rebecca brought their car for us. You won't have to walk so much anymore."
We are so very grateful to our angels who took care of us, Brett, Carmen, Rebecca and Stone. They have helped us so much. We have never met such kind people in our lives. They have cared for us as their own family since the moment we met.
Then an even greater miracle happened. Brett, Carmen, Rebecca and Stony asked your church to join them and help us buy our own car. People from your church who had never seen or known us joined in their donations, and together with Brett, Carmen, Rebecca and Stony bought a so nice car from your pastor Lucian. That car drives so well, and also paid the insurance for a whole year. The car is in great condition and saves us every day from exhausting walks around town. Every time we have to go to work, school, English classes, I wonder what we would do without the car.
You save our daughters from crying and us from feeling sad that we can't help them. Instead, you fill out our hearts with the belief that there are angels in the flesh who are willing to rush to the aid of strangers. Brad, Carmen, Rebecca and Stony have taken us into their family, and they are like family to us now. They also brought us many things for the house that they and people from your church passed on for us.
We look at these things and remember you. We pray for you and appreciate your kindness. Special thanks to Carmela, who introduced us to our lovely friends. Carmela also donated many items to our family. She found a beautiful dollhouse to our daughters. Time to time I look at this dollhouse from a fairy tale, and I think every time I look at it that it is a fairy tale come true. because the only time I've ever seen people give a car to strangers is in stories of films. The people in your church are so pure and kind that it is hard to believe. You give us hope for a bright and secure future in this country. Your church supported us when all our thoughts were about how in the modern world can live such evil people who forced us to leave our home, continue to kill our people. But here in this church, goodness lives in your hearts, which fills us with hope for a bright future for us and our children. For this, we will be grateful to you all our lives.